A very good evening. You're watching Big Bang with me, Shruti. Well, not for nothing do they say, when it rains, it pours. This evening, rains lashed the city. As a consequence, many trees were uprooted and traffic came to a grinding halt in several places. On the High Court premises, a tree came crashing down on a police vehicle that was parked. A police constable, Shantapa, was grievously injured. Later, he was shifted to St. Martha's. In Malleshwaram too, a tree was uprooted right in front of the Gangama temple and electric wires were snapped. Another tree came crashing down on police headquarters of Adugodi. Not just in these places, trees came crashing down in Mattikere, Madhav Nagar and JC Road as well. Well, there you go, rains wreaking havoc in and around the city. Many trees came crashing down. And one of the trees that came crashing down in the High Court premises left Shantapa injured. It came crashing down on a police vehicle. And several other places in and around Bengaluru also witnessed many trees coming crashing down. And many electric wires were snapped. While the personnel tried to bring the situation under control, there was a situation of panic that arose at the High Court premises, inside the High Court premises, where a police constable was injured and was taken to St. Martha's Hospital for immediate medical attention. Not just that, at many places, traffic also came to a standstill and the commuters found it very hard to wade through the waterlogged roads. And moving on, BBMP Corporator N.R. Ramesh has come forth with a fresh set of allegations against R.V. Devraj, and this time it is about a BBMP's land worth crores of rupees.
Yediyur Corporator N.R. Ramesh has once again trained his guns on Chikpet MLA R.V. Devraj. This time it is about illegal acquisition of land over 8,000 square feet in size. This land belongs to BBMP. In a press conference today, the BBMP Corporator produced documents which he claims are proof of R.V. Devraj's illegal activities. This is how it all began. The City Corporation acquired 5,211 square feet of land which belonged to M.A. Krishnamurthy in 1976. This was done for the construction of a link road near Siddhaya Road. The corporation compensated Krishnamurthy by giving him 2,763 square feet elsewhere in the city. Even though Krishnamurthy handed over the land to the City Corporation, he went ahead and gave the GPA or General Power of Attorney to a third party called KK Sabharwal. This is where R.V. Devraj steps into the picture. N.R. Ramesh alleges that this land was later registered in the name of R.V. Devraj's wife in 2003. N.R. Ramesh has also accused former corporator T.V. Prabhu of having a hand in this. According to Ramesh, the land was illegally registered in the names of Devraj and Prabhu. But that is not all. Adjacent to the 2,763 square feet of land which was given to Krishnamurthy as compensation was another piece of land measuring 3,299.4 square feet. This was owned by the BBMP. It was leased to one Muralidhar Singh for a period of 35 years. N.R. Ramesh is now alleging that this land too was illegally acquired by Devraj after the 35 years lease period ended.
R.V. Devraj ಅವರು ಟಿ.ವಿ. ಪ್ರಭು ಅವರು ನಕಲಿ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಪಾಲಿಕೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿದಂಥ ಸುಮಾರು 40 ಕೋಟಿ ರೂಪಾಯಿಗಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರಿ ದರ ಬೆಲೆ ಬಾಳುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ, ಎರಡು ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ನಕಲಿ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವಿಷಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟ ಹಾಗೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ದಿವಸ ನಾನು BMTFಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಆಯುಕ್ತರಿಗೆ ದೂರನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ. BMTF ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ಮೊಕದ್ದಮೆ ದಾಖಲು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದೆ.
N.R. Ramesh does not seem to shy away from making allegations and has also handed over the proof to the BBMP and BMTF. He has registered a complaint with the BMTF and has asked the Palike Commissioner to look into the matter. When asked about it though, one of the accused, T.V. Prabhu, refuted the allegation, stating that they had legally bought the land following all required procedures.
ನಾವು ತೊಗೊಂಡಿರೋದು 2003ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಲೀಗಲ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಲಾಯರ್ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಏನು ತೊಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಿಟಿ ಸರ್ವೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆಯಾ, ಅವರಿಂದ ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು, ಅದರಿಂದ ಯಾರು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಟಾಗಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಲೀಗಲ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರಿಂದ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಪರ್ಚೇಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ಜಾಗ ಇದು. ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾರೇನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು, ಅದಕ್ಕೇನಿದೆ, ಡಾಕ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ.
NR Ramesh went ahead and accused the Palike for not keeping a tab on their leased property and turning a blind eye to the whole matter when R.V. Devraj allegedly came into the picture.
ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ನಾನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಆದರೆ ಬೀಗ ಹಾಕ್ಸುವಂಥ ಕೆಲಸ ಪಾಲಿಕೆ ಸದಸ್ಯರದಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಾಗಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆದರೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿರೋಂಥದ್ದು, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಗೂ ಬರೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಗಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಆಯುಕ್ತರು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಥವಾ ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಆಸ್ತಿಗಳ ವಿಭಾಗದ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳು, ಇವರ ಕೆಲಸ ಅದು. ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ತೋರಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟು ಇದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೆಲಸ. ಲೀಸ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಮುಗಿದಿರೋಂಥ ದಾಖಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಲೀಸ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಮುಗಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ವಶಕ್ಕೆ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತದೆ. ಆದರೂ ನೀವು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ, ನಾವು ಎತ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸೋ ತನಕ ನೀವು ಆ ಕಡೆ ಗಮನನೇ ಹರಿಸಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಏನರ್ಥ? ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆ ನೀವು ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಲೋಪನ ಎತ್ತಿ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
The land in question is worth over 40 crore rupees and is currently home to numerous commercial establishments. NR Ramesh has agreed to fully cooperate with the investigations as long as the accused are brought to justice. Pramod, News 9, Bengaluru.
After years of dumping garbage in Mandur, the government still seems to be only trying to buy more time at the landfills. In a meeting at the Chief Minister's residence regarding the same, the local leaders from Mandur and neighbouring villages chose to walk out.
The mounting garbage issue in Mandur has been one of the primary causes for many residents falling ill, and according to the villagers, it has also claimed a few lives. Narayanamma was one such resident who allegedly succumbed to bad health caused by the overpowering stench in the village. Chief Minister Siddaramaiah had called for a meeting to discuss the issue with Ramalinga Reddy, Home Minister KJ George, the Mayor and Deputy Mayor. Several representatives from the garbage-ridden village too were a part of it. But the crucial meeting saw no consensus. The meeting, which began at 3:30 this afternoon, ended with the villagers walking out at 6 p.m. This is said to have happened because the government asked for 6 more months to solve the issue. The meeting ended abruptly with the residents of Mandur stating that garbage will enter the village only over their dead bodies. When asked about where the city's garbage will be dumped, District in Charge Minister Ramalinga Reddy stated it was all under control, hinting that the CM will find a way out.
Tomorrow or day after tomorrow or Monday, it will be finalized, it will be cleared. But they went back to their villages, leaders. They will have a meeting with other leaders and villagers of Mandur. They will come back to Chief Minister.
The villagers have alleged time and again that the unhygienic environment has been the cause of deaths and ill health for many here. When asked about if the family of the deceased will be compensated, the minister stated that the maximum they can do is to improve the medical care in Mandur and the neighbouring villages.
The Chief Minister directed the corporation to look after, to spray and to do other works, and directed the health department to conduct camps or to post if vacancies are there in the hospitals, local hospitals.
But Siddaramaiah was not happy with the way the Palike has treated Mandur over the past 8 years.
ಇದು ನಿನ್ನೆ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಇದು 2006ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಿಂದ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. 2006ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಯಿಂದ ಅವತ್ತಿನಿಂದ ಕಸ ಹಾಕ್ತಾ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮಾರು ಒಂದು 30-40 ಲಕ್ಷ ಟನ್ನು ಕಸ ಶೇಖರಣೆ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡದೆ. ಹಿಂದೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ, ಹಿಂದಿನ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಸ ಹಾಕೋದನ್ನ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸ್ತೀವಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಸ ವಿಲೇವಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರಂತೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ ಏನ್ ಮಾತು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಅದಂತೆ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿಲ್ಲ.
Meanwhile, the situation continues to remain tense at Mandur as cops and villagers had a heated argument. The police also prevented the locals from installing pandals to stage protests. The authorities in Bengaluru have stated that Section 144 will stay for 2 more days. When the order was implemented on June 4th, the government had stated that it was only for 3 days and to bring the protests under control. It has been well over a week since, and the government says it will stay for 2 more days. Now, though the village wears a deserted look, the villagers are definitely not calm about it. They continue to say that garbage will enter their backyard only over their dead bodies. Looks like the garbage crisis in Bengaluru will continue for a while. Harish Upadhyay, News 9, Bengaluru.
Well, BWSSB officials were all set to disconnect illegal water connections in KR-Puram, but the residents were in no mood to entertain them. Here is what happened.
This has been the regular scene in various parts of KR-Puram. Residents are seen having heated arguments with the officials of the water board. Despite their protest, the undeterred water board officials are seen snapping connections. But it is alleged a few officials were abused in foul language and some were even physically assaulted. After facing physical assault, the water board officials are now scared to carry on their disconnection drive. Several areas of KR-Puram have been enjoying uninterrupted water under Kaveri 4th stage project. After the connections were given, the residents were asked to pay the prescribed fee to get their connections regularized. The residents who did not bother about paying up the fee continued enjoying the free water. This irked the water board officials who decided to snap the connections. But after being assaulted by residents, the officials now want police protection.
30 ತಿಂಗಳು 35 ತಿಂಗಳು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇದರವರೆಗೆ 7-8 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಫ್ರೀ ನೀರು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದರ ಬೋರ್ವೆಲ್ ನೀರು ಕೊಡ್ತಿರಬೇಕು, ಕಾವೇರಿ ನೀರು ಕೊಡ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಆದರೆ ನಾವು ದುಡ್ಡು ಕಟ್ಟೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಕಟ್ಟಬೇಕು ಫ್ರೀ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹನಿನೂ 4 ಸಲ ಪಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನೀರು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ಹೇಳಿ ನೀರು ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು, ಬೇರೆಯವ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನೀರು.
Initially, it was verbal argument, but soon the residents started assaulting the officials physically. BWSSB Workers Association, which rushed to their aid, had asked the executive engineer to take the matter to the police.
ಈಗ ಮಂಡ್ಲಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ನೀರಿನ ಕೊರತೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನೌಕರರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಲ್ಲೆ ನಡೀತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಆವಾಗ ನಾವು ಆಗಲೇ ಮಂಡ್ಲಿ ಮಾನ್ಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಸೂಕ್ತ ಕ್ರಮ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿಭಾಗಗಳಿಗೂ ಉಪವಿಭಾಗಗಳಿಗೂ ಸರ್ಕ್ಯುಲರ್ನ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ಅನಧಿಕೃತ ನೀರಿನ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿತ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗಲಿ, ನೀರಿನ ಬಾಕಿ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋ ಈ ಬಳಕೆದಾರರ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಳಕೆದಾರರು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿಗಳು ಹೋದಾಗ ಹಲ್ಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಅಂಥವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಿಸಿದ ಕಾರ್ಯನಿರ್ವಾಹಕ ಅಭಿಯಂತರರು ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿನ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಠಾಣೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ರಿಮಿನಲ್ ಮೊಕದ್ದಮೆ ಹೂಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ.
The incident has left many baffled. All that the water board officials demanded was that the residents pay the stipulated fee and get the connections regularized. But looks like residents want to continue enjoying free water. It will now be interesting to see how the board plans to tackle this issue. Anand Burli, News 9, Bengaluru.